Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is the Bible Reloaded, and we're back to watch another Christian film.
It's hard to explain, but both of us actually kind of identify with this because both of us are the survivors of abortion.
Yeah.
So,
that's how my tooth got knocked out. They were aborting me because I just had teeth everywhere, and
a fucking tooth, baby.
And
that's the grossest.
Yep. Long story short, here we are. So,
yeah, it's hard to set up. This movie's called Voiceless. There's a guy and there's an abortion clinic and he says no to that. And that's honestly the setup you get. We were talking earlier, we were like, I don't know how to do this. Just that's it. That's what we can give you.
Yeah. And special thanks to Brad Jones for making me aware of this movie.
And not taking it first.
Right. We got to one first for once, you ET porn watching fuck. Now let's watch this movie.
Nothing makes me want to stop abortions quite like some ambient rain and Times New Roman text. Seriously, how can you snip a fetus out of an undereducated West Virginian teenager with this going on? Here's the hero of our film and protector of unborn burdens, Rusty Joyner, known mostly for his roles Blade from Dodgeball, Eddie from Resident Evil Extinction. He's the one mounting Mila Jovovich, which, I get it, my dude. And finally, EMT number 1 in Bring It On, Fight to the Finish, a role for which he went uncredited, but we recognize you, Rusty. We got you, boo-boo.
So Rusty is playing the character of Jesse. He just moved to Philadelphia with his wife, Julia, and that's Miss Elise. Her character is Irish or something. It doesn't really matter.
What's the best way to get to know a character? Is it through the use of, passive dialogue, well-placed shots, and the action in the scenes? No, Jake. The best way to inform this character is to put exposition right up front, barely 2 minutes into the film. But that... It's so ham-fisted, it's embarrassing.
He's a self-taught student of theology, a decorated soldier, but most importantly, he has the heart to please and serve God.
Of course, Jesse takes some of his time to meet some of the other church members.
You ever hear of Wet Willie's Car Wash?
Wet Willie's? Nah, I don't believe so.
Check this out. Do a little outreach myself. Every car that comes through gets one of these.
This is why I go to the Jewish car wash. That and the unleavened sponges. So all is going well in Jesse's new world of renovation when suddenly... Oh God! A Planned Parenthood knockoff is open next door! You never want to get an off-brand termination. It's like the Mr. Pibb of abortions. It's just not as refreshing.
So I just wanted to take a moment to let all of you know that the following is an actual shot in the film. Apparently, this movie requires both heavy-handed nods to patriotism, but also the I'm a very serious movie sepia filter in which everything is washed in this brown residue. It doesn't make your movie look serious, guys. It makes you look like you're bad at your job. By the way, now that I mentioned this, you won't be able to unsee this for the rest of the review. Did you notice the sepia filter? And did you notice that at the end, when it's resolved air quotes, color comes back?
Oh, no, I didn't. I just thought
Jesus
that he was scrounging through the dumpster at Zack Snyder's house. He's like, look at all these unused sepia filters! I could ruin 7 DC movies with this much filter!
Why are you beating on my door?
I'm Jesse Dean from New Life Fellowship Church. You must be Mr. Adorable.
Oh, we got us a joker here. We got some kind of funny boy here. Huh? Do I look adorable to you?
So, this is Paul Rodriguez, who will be the Spanish guy our white guy knows, so you know that he's not racist. Anyways, I was sure We've seen him in another Christian movie before. So I went to Paul's IMDb to check it out and found this. I am not making this up. This is real. This is 100% real. I give to you the trailer for the movie Paul Rodriguez was in called Porn Dogs.
All right, so Jake literally just sent me the trailer for this, which I have not seen. I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
In a land not very far away, in a neighborhood much like your
Oh,
own,
look at that dog.
Ganja here.
where every dog has his
No!
Yeah, there's a
And
dildo.
with
It gets worse.
Sadie.
Now, I want you to sit.
Watermark Pictures presents the youngest,
I just turned 1.
sweetest,
Spare change?
and hairiest porn star the world
What?
has
Is this about
ever
dog
known.
fucking?
It is.
Ron Jeremy,
And
no!
Second hairiest, uncut.
Was that a dog dick?
That was a dog glory hole dick.
Never
It
seen
gets
before.
worse.
Marilyn Chambers.
I was a little innocent back then.
Is that supposed to be a dog covered in cum?
Yes.
Too Short.
What, you don't like
Oh my god, this is
They're
next-
That's a Facebook.
This won't hurt much.
Heidi Fleiss.
Next time you really
Oh
gotta
my
go
god!
to the bird's nest.
Dog
No!
cunnilingus.
I'm gonna have to censor that.
Nobody knows but a dick, a dick.
Tara Patrick.
Oh.
Wanna lick my gravy?
What the?
Evan Seinfeld.
Is it true that dogs can shit anywhere they want in Paris?
Paul Ogata.
I better than I drive.
In the most heartwarming dog
What is
film
that?
of the
Now there's a
year,
human in a dog costume. That doesn't
Dog.
make sense.
The Adventures of Sadie.
I thought we were supposed to do it doggy style.
Sweetheart, this is doggy style.
So
I don't. They just put
this
the
man, the Mexican friend,
yes.
is
Who's
in
in
a
this-
movie.
Who is in this Christian movie? Yes.
Is in a movie that's literally the only joke is what if we put what it's not even what if we put dogs in human sexual situations, it's what if we just filmed dog porn and pretended it's comedy and then we can sell bestiality porn, but not really. I'm proud to be an American. Jesse, being the stand-up guy he is, spends some time volunteering down at the soup kitchen with his dog fucker friend.
There you go, little man.
You don't like soup?
You don't like soup?
Well, then I guess you don't like dinner, because that's all I got, you little shit.
Suddenly, less talented Brad Pitt from 2002 sees this. Women's health? Surely Jesus wouldn't endorse such a thing. So Guy Fieri from an alternative timeline where instead of eating only jalapeno poppers, he picks up CrossFit, apparently has a shady war tragedy background. That's such a new and refreshing take on the returning war veteran trope. Really glad you made this movie, guys. Fucking thank you.
Jesse also happens upon a street preacher being harassed by some ruffians. You can tell they're the bad guys because they wear marijuana necklaces.
And then this happens.
It's enough, man. Back off.
Luckily, they're too hopped up on the jazz tobacco to take on badass Jesse, whatever the fuck his last name is. Also, the old Irish lady from earlier shows up to tell the cops Jesse didn't start the fight. So that was nice of her.
Hey, you guys want to see a montage?
Yeah, man, just something to take the edge off.
I got something for you. How's about 4 minutes of a boxing montage, do you?
Shit, man, I don't know if I can afford that. You got maybe a cross-country montage or like a picking out a tux montage?
No worries, my dude. You can have this one for free.
Jab step forward. Jab step forward. Jab step forward. Jab step forward. Jab step forward.
After the fight, Jesse decides to open up a youth group to teach kids about boxing and keep them off the streets. But there's still one thing that can interrupt his getting pumped montage, and that's the continued existence of a building across the street that does pap smears.
Are you okay?
You work here?
Yeah, I do.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm actually the creepy veteran guy who takes advantage of the inner city young men. You want the reverend who deals more with the young women. The whole pregnant thing just...
Will I see my baby in heaven?
God doesn't want you to do this.
They told me it has no feeling yet.
I don't believe that's true.
Scientists have never definitively proven the existence of the central nervous system, and I will die believing that. But the girl decides to get the thing scraped out anyways. That night, Jesse talks with his wife about it.
A woman came and was headed over to that clinic. She needed some help. I didn't know what to tell her.
Maybe you had no business speaking to her at all.
Is that what you really believe?
Was that a fight? Why is he leaving?
Well, yeah, she had an opinion in a Christian movie. Women aren't allowed to do that.
The whole thing just sounded like a calm conversation to me, so I guess why?
Jake, Jake, it's your autism flaring up. Calm down. Take a look at these pictures from porn dogs. You know that always does you wonders.
You were right. Thank you. I needed that.
Luckily for Jesse, he runs into a nurse from the clinic, because God often orchestrates random acts of HIPAA violation.
There was this woman, Tracy. She came into your clinic.
I can't discuss patient information.
Ma'am.
Listen, sir, I
she
can't
didn't
discuss...
seem in the right frame of mind to make that sort of a decision.
I gotta go.
If this movie ends with him shooting up the clinic, we have a perfect character study on our hands. That night at the prayer meeting, Jesse brings up his concerns with the group.
It's a family planning clinic, right? They do offer some good services.
Like last week, I was pregnant and went in there. Turns out you can totally just suck that shit right out.
And they also have about 5 to 20 abortions a day.
Okay, I had to look this one up. In 2013, Planned Parenthood performed 3,233,999 abortions across 650 facilities, which would place the average abortions per day per facility at 1.3 abortions. Now, I'm sure some inner-city facilities were elbow deep all day, every day, but I seriously doubt this tiny clinic is knocking out 20 in a day, and if they do, that doctor is the Tiger Woods of baby scrambling. Jesse doesn't care, however, what the congregation has to say and decides to, and I'm not kidding, go and report the clinic to the local government.
That clinic is perfectly legal. Unless they're doing something to break the law, there's nothing you can do about it. You say they're doing something illegal?
Well, not to my knowledge.
Well, it's free country, my friend.
But I'm offended by something. Usually that solves the problem.
So I don't even know if we've introduced these characters at this point, but Jesse has like a student and he has a girlfriend and she got knocked up. Anyway, they go to talk about abortion together.
Your baby is a real life. Whatever you do, don't go through with this.
Let's go.
Why the fuck did you sit down with the church guy if you didn't want to hear his opinion? Nobody acts like this. Get the fuck out of here, Tanisha. I don't know her name.
By the way, Tanisha's mom is the one who wants her to get the abortion because she doesn't think she can handle taking care of the kid. Have you considered she's right? Because you voluntarily fucked this guy. So remember earlier that girl who was going to get an abortion and was crying and indecisive, and then Jesse told her not to have the abortion? Turns out she had it, and is now so guilty, she decided to kill herself. Which, by the way, I think this might be the first abortion to have a 200% mortality rate.
The best part about that shot is that she looks annoyed to be in the casket, but it's probably got less to do with the sweet release of death and more to do with the outfit they chose for her, which makes her look like a Mormon that only did anal because it keeps her pure. Nobody's pure with a dick in the ass, Stacy.
I feel like you don't notice, but every time you make an anal joke, you always use the name Stacy, which, you know what,
I
Jake?
do not.
You always do. And I would like to point out that I feel
Did
like
I have anal sex with a Stacy and it's just scarred me?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what happened to you and Stacy and her butthole, but it's something left an impression on you, and I think it was her anus. For some reason, Jesse decides to go to her funeral. We have no indication he had ever met her outside of that one awkward interaction. How did he find out she died? He didn't know her name. Anyway, the family isn't thrilled about him being there.
All you religious nuts do is to stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
Get him out of here.
I'm terribly sorry. Ma'am, I'm so sorry.
Being the reasonable guy he is, he goes straight from the funeral to the clinic so he can scare the fuck out of some women waiting for their IUDs.
Did they tell you that you could wind up like this girl? Did they tell you that? Look at this picture. Let me guess. You're gonna counsel these girls, is that right?
So the movie's claiming that you're at a high risk of ingesting too many prescribed painkillers and then offing yourself if you get an abortion. But have they considered that this cancer of a movie would have the same effect? Probably not. Although, to be fair, abortion is far more popular than this movie. And probably more fun.
Right! Enough! Enough! That's all.
Oh, good. We've ramped up from trespassing to assault and battery in a matter of minutes. It's okay, though. Scientists say security guards can't feel pain until the 123rd trimester. That night, the pregnant couple from his after-school program show up at his doorstep. They don't want to have the abortion and have no place to stay. Uh-oh, that sure would be a shame if this spurred Jesse to try and rile up the congregation and fulfill his destiny as the bane of Roe v. Wade. Jesse tracks down the girl, Gigi's mom, to try and convince her to come home.
And she's about as ready to have a baby as she is. You tell me God wants a baby coming into this situation?
Can we get some ice cream?
Yes, honeys. Go on in there now. Don't make a mess. What, your church gonna bring us a few diapers?
Wow, it's almost like everyone's situation is different and complex due to a variety of social and economic circumstances, like, maybe, abortion isn't a binary issue, and due to that, each person should have the right to choose what's right for their particular situation. Nah, evil baby murderers. God, man, you got any more montages? I just need one more hit.
I knew you'd be back. They always come back. I got just the thing for you. How about an abortion pamphlet montage? Huh?
Oh, that's good stuff.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
You don't have to do this.
What?
Aren't you going to, well, you know.
Seriously? I'm not pregnant. I'm going in for a checkup. Not everybody is having an abortion here, all right? Get a life.
Wow. It's actually really nice of the movie to give reality a cameo. Finally, a couple comes by where it looks like the guy is pushing the woman into the abortion.
Alexis, let's Your baby is a person. Don't take his life. No. Sir, please. Tell it to someone who cares.
How dare that man tell that woman what to do with her body? That's Jesse's job. The activism finally causes some marital friction as it's revealed that Jesse and his girlfriend had an abortion 6 years ago, and that's why he feels so strongly about it now. A lot of anti-abortion rhetoric will co-opt the stories of people who have had abortions and now regret it to give themselves an air of legitimacy. Personally, I've known at least 3 people who have chosen to share with me that they've had abortions in the past. All 3 of them had completely different opinions on it in hindsight. Some of them do look back with regret. Some people look back and say it was a difficult choice, but the right one at the time. Others just look back and say, fuck yes, I never wanted kids. I'm glad abortions are safely available. So stop pretending women are monolithic fetus machines that all feel the same way about children and abortions. The different viewpoints are exactly why choice is so important. Alright. I also need a joke to end this bit. Hey, Jake. What do they call an abortion in Prague?
I don't know.
A canceled check. Ayo!
Hey, you guys want to see some acting? dude, he's so mad.
The woman who was being pressured by her husband earlier finds Jesse and asks him for help because she wants to keep it. Meanwhile, the husband is just finding out she didn't get the abortion. Don't worry, everyone. Payoff is coming. The guy confronts Jesse and his girlfriend, mistress, I don't know. Anyway, he starts beating her in public, which is always a good move, just so Jesse can take him down, just so he can pull out a gun and point it literally at everyone, creating an active shooter incident. More plot has happened in 2 minutes than the entire movie so far.
Okay.
Jesse is now told if he comes within 30 feet of the clinic, he'll be arrested, which is probably a good idea since violence keeps breaking out every time he goes near there. Maybe he's like the Hulk, but instead of anger, it's the smell of fetus that sets him off. The movie is coming closer to the end, so you know what time it is. It's time for the moving speech the main character gives to the congregation and the audience to move them for Christ. But, in a shocking twist, in this movie, his wife gives that speech.
My husband agreed to come up here today to promise to go back to serving this church and community that we both have grown to love so much, and to agree to stop his outreach to the clinic across the street. But I'm up here now to tell you, he's not going to do that.
That's a great way to ruin his life and your marriage, all without asking if that's definitely something he wants to do. It's almost like she's anti-choice.
You can tell this is a big deal because it's still shaky hand cam and brown sepia. Shakiness is dramatic, audience! And then there's this lady who gets excited when she thinks about yelling in the faces of unintentionally pregnant teenagers. Fuck you, Haley, you baby murdering slut! Jesus loves you. And then remember those 2 kids that wanted to get an abortion? Well, let me tell you something. Now they're getting married. Because nothing says I have my shit together more than a 20-year-old getting married to another 20-year-old while there's one baking in the oven. I'm sure that'll turn out well. What are you getting? You get a job at a fucking mechanic? Is that where you got a job at? A mechanic shop? Have you ever seen Bucket List? Morgan Freeman regrets that life. Learn from Morgan Freeman in the Bucket movie.
So, with the speech ringing in their ears, the entire congregation goes and protests the clinic and presumably really fucks up some cervical cancer screenings or something.
For a day?
Yeah, for a day. And that's it. Really, the clinic doesn't close, no laws are changed or overturned, the youth center just exists, as does the clinic. But the main characters got to feel super self-righteous, and they get to make the audience feel morally superior by agreeing with them. And that's a choice I think we can all get behind.
That guy was very fit. So there's one thing I took out of the movie. Good for that guy. His wife was definitely bangable. Not that, I mean, you know, abortion's not an option with that, so be careful. And then, trying to think of what else. That cop killed a guy. He's got to go to counseling now.
Yeah, can we get a spin-off movie about that cop having... Maybe... Okay, how about this?
Like PTSD cop?
They should have made, instead of shooting an old guy forcing his, like, girlfriend to get an abortion, it should have been a younger kid with his younger girlfriend, and then it turns out all along this was a prequel to Die Hard, and the kid the guy shot, it turns out the cop is Carl Winslow in Die Hard.
Does everything have to be a Die Hard loop around?
It doesn't have to be, but it should be.
I don't... Okay. All right.
Anyway, I'm so confused by this movie, because... Okay, so...
I don't really know what the... Like, I know it was anti-abortion, but I don't know...
Sure.
Like God's Not Dead has a clear message at the end. Like, basically, just God's not dead, guys. It's, like, it's your faith, man. But this is just, like, if you get into, like, some legal trouble... and assault a security officer, and have suicides happen around you, and you do boxing montages, you might one day stand outside an abortion clinic for 8 hours, and then nothing will change.
Right. The message is ostensibly, if you are against abortion, as you should be as a Christian, you need to put that into action via protest or whatever. But, like, I can't imagine, even if you're a Christian, I don't think this movie is going to spur you to go into a fucking Planned Parenthood and hand out pamphlets or, like, protest. I mean, maybe, but I feel like if you're that kind of person, you're already doing that. You know what I mean? Some people are just actively minded, like, I want to go out and protest. I want to go out, and some people are just like, no. So, I don't know. I don't know.
This movie, by the way, is getting awards buzz, but like in the Christian movie sector of awards. Like if you look at the cover, it has like little what looks like Sundance awards at the bottom. Those aren't valid.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking at the cover right now, and by the way, this is like $5 or $10 on Amazon if you want.
Worth it.
Or you can, I think, from their digital, rent it for $5 or something. It says, winner, Best Narrative Film, Northeast Film Festival. Let's look up some of these film festivals and see what they are. Shall we?
Northeast Film Festival?
Ew, it takes place in New Jersey.
If you listen faintly, if you hold the DVD case up to your ear, you can hear Chris Christie chewing.
Actually, all the awards on the back of this are from the Northeast Film Festival. I'm not kidding. It says winner, Best Narrative Feature Film, Best Audience Choice, Best Supporting Actress.
That's audience choice. That sounds like they're like, okay, which film was the best? And a bunch of them grumble and go, I guess Voiceless? I guess?
All right. So anyway, that's Voiceless. It sucked. It has 4 doves from the Dove Foundation, by the way.
Those are doves?
Yeah, there's little doves in them.
Yeah.
The Dove Foundation is great. They actually had, there's another movie Brad was working on that his review actually just came out for. It was very funny. Under Drugs for, it's a Stephen Baldwin Christian film. Their warning was, a depressed person almost takes their antidepressants, but they take aspirin instead, was what they said, or something like that.
Okay, if you're depressed, please take your prescribed medication because those really actually do help. Now, if you're prescribed properly, of course. Yeah. Don't overtake them. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying just please, like, depression's a real thing. It can like really fuck you up. Please don't think aspirin will fix your depression. But Stephen Baldwin might.
Yeah, but that's a movie for a different day, maybe. But we got this one, fucker. So anyway, that's it. You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded. You can also subscribe to the channel. Just make sure you do so not on restricted mode, because you won't. You'll see one video over and over.
It might be a good video. There was
several
a
months
Patreon
ago.
update. Yeah.
Just a Patreon update video.
Anyway, you can also always donate to our Patreon campaign. We do a once-a-month patron-only hangout, which is fun. And also, there's things that get sent to you. It's all on there. Go read it.
It used to be a lot of fun, and now it's just fun.
Yeah, it's gotten less fun, because we're garbage. So, until next time, I'm Hugo.
Jake.
The next round of abortions are on me, everyone. So,
an abortion bar is a good business idea.
Yeah.
Everyone drinks, but it's all got Plan B pills in them.
I was just gonna say we'll call it the Plan. We'll call it the Plan Bar, but the B in bar is like special or something.
We're gonna be fucking rich.
There are rooms where everyone can just go have drunk, sloppy, unprotected sex with everyone, and there's just cum everywhere.
And then there'd be the bucket room, which is, it's basically a porta potty because it's not like, we're not going to flush it. It just has a deep basin. And then if your abortion's about to come out, you can just go in there, plop it down in there, and listen to the fetus slap the other ones on the way down.
It's like in some European countries, they had that little shelf for inspecting your duty. It's like that, but for the fetus. And then you're going to leave with a lot of STDs because Plan B does not protect against
It doesn't.
STDs.
That's the best part.